You know who it is, man. You know what it is. We live this morning, man. We got some things we got to talk about. You feel me? We got a real good game coming up tonight with the Chicago Sky versus the Washington Mystics. And a nice matchup that a lot of people have been waiting for. We're going to give him a few, man. Let this thing fill in a little bit. As we drink our coffee, we like to talk to y'all. This coffee ain't bad this morning, by the way. It ain't bad at all. So who we got in here so far? We just opened it up. You know what I mean? We about 50 seconds in. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the meat of it, we let it fill in a little bit. Yeah, feel me? Good morning, all. You know, got a lot to talk about. All right, as we fill in, we're gonna just go ahead and get it cracking. All right, so last week, man, was I think a very exciting week. You know what I'm saying, for WNBA games in terms of players, man, doing setting benchmarks. All right, I feel it started with the performance of Paige Beckers. You know, the rookie who went out there, came back from the injury, dropped nice, 34? Or was it 35? 34, 35. Very efficient day. Couldn't miss. Made her first 7 shots. Looking like she's feeling a lot more comfortable in the offense. Unfortunately, the team just still has a lot to do. Hey, High Logic, what's going on, High Logic? Yeah, drop 35. That's right. Um, Unfortunately, the team just isn't there yet. They have some things they got to work on. Is an understatement. You know what I mean? From defense to kind of figuring out exactly how you're going to run the offense. But Paige was out for a few games, you know, and they do look better with her. A big part of their problem, too, though, lately, is closing games. You know what I mean? Cappuccino, what's up, Cappuccino? I don't know why you asked me about J. Cole and Kendrick. This is a sports situation right now. This is sports. This is not rap. You know, even though I am an avid rap fan, hip hop fan. But as far as J. Cole and Kendrick, they're both young bulls to me. You know what I'm saying? I go back to, boy, you do not know. I go back to when rap really was in its infancy stage. And like J. Cole and Kendrick, I'd rather see more unity amongst them young brothers. You know what I mean? I don't want to see these types of things turn into what we saw with Biggie and Pac. But anyway, back to stay focused, my brother. Now you ask me Pacquiao Mayweather. Okay. Now I'm gonna start to think you're a troll in a minute. All right, so be careful. So Highlight has the Dallas coach. Yeah, the coach is part of the problem. The coach is part of the problem. There's no doubt about that. But oftentimes with coaches, man, you see. Now I get it. With this guy, we don't know what he is or how good he is or anything about the guy. Like, there's a lot of questions about who is he, where does he come from, or how did he get the job. I definitely understand that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely understand it. Yes, Miss Goody Two Shoes, we're gonna talk about that, Alyssa Thomas. We're gonna talk about that. But that's the issue with the guy. So I get that. But with any new coach, there is a period of learning your players, what's the best way to use the players, and so on. And I think that's part of what's happening too. You know what I mean? He might be just bad. That could be the case. I'm not doubting that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, in the interest of fairness, you know, I think part of all of those things can play a part in it. And I don't know. But the point I was getting at, man, I just wanted to just brush over some of the exciting performances we saw. I think it started with Paige Beckers. And then the second one I got was Ryan Howard, you know, against us, the Chicago Sky. That was crazy. You know what I mean? Because it was like the opposite of the other one, you know, the Caitlin Clark performance. That Ryan Howard was kind of quiet in that first half, then she just turned into the damn Kraken in that second half, particularly that fourth quarter. And it was like you wasn't gonna beat the team, you know. And there was also other issues with stupid ass Tyler Marsh just not making any defensive adjustments, We got Kia Nurse on Ryan Howard and all this old kind of stuff where you clearly should be putting either Angel Reese on her, or you should be like at least doubling at the very least. You should be doing something. Get the ball out of their damn hands. Whatever the case may be. I'm not here to talk about that, but to highlight the hellified performance that we saw from Ryan Howard, the Ryan Howard that I know she can be if she decides, if she just plays the way she's capable of playing, you know. Um, and then we had Caitlin Clark's performance, which was mostly first half stuff, real hot. Might have been something similar to like with Paige Becker's, when you're out for a while and you got time to rest, and then you just, I guess, hit the gym and you come back and you score. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about that bullshit, okay? So Caitlin Clark had a nice game. All right, whatever. You want to hear about that? There's plenty of channels you can go to with all the glazing, like glazed donuts and all that bullshit going on. But I will talk about during the Caitlin Clark, during the New York and Liberty and Fever game, I spent time over something I didn't normally do. I was over on the Clarkie channel watching the game with him. I was, like I guess a guest on the show. I was on the panel, and man, that was crazy. I had to. He had this very hostile chat that was coming at me, calling me everything in the book, and of course I flamed him because that's what I love. I like that kind of BS. You know what I mean? So, but you just couldn't believe it, man. The things that they were saying in that chat. Like, these people really believe Caitlin Clark is just like the greatest women's basketball player of all time. They really believe like she's better than Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, better than just everybody. It's these people are like, you got to let them just live in their own little world, man, and find out the hard way that it ain't like that. You just got to kind of let them find out. That's what I'm realizing. Like, you can talk to them till they blue in the face, they don't see it, because all they see is the logo 3, and they don't care about defense. They see the logo 3s and they see the nice passes, they see the fancy stuff. And I'm gonna do a whole talk on that, man. Those types of fans, because those types of fans are the same types of fans that are the reason you got this OKC versus Indiana Pacers series, which is one of the best series I've seen in years, man. One of the best series I've seen in years. But they're the reason that the ratings are down. It's the casual fans of sports who don't understand really what makes sports great. They don't really care necessarily about the nuts and bolts of the game, and they don't really see the real shit that leads to winning. All they see is just the flashy stuff that makes them go, And those people really get on my damn nerves. They disgust me, to be honest with you. That's why I spend half of the time just flaming them. I just can't stand casual fans. I really can't. Now, I understand they serve a purpose and everything, but what I don't like about them is the leagues feel like they have to cater to these people, in order to, and this is what messes the sport up. But then, just to stay on topic, after that Caitlin Clark performance, the next great performance we had, which topped it off, was Angel Reese against the Connecticut Sun. And this was a very, very good and important game for her, because let's face it, she's not in the best situation. She's with an organization that pretty much failed her this year. Whether it was on purpose or not, I'm still of the opinion that it's more like not on purpose. I just think you just have a bad GM and he picked a bad coach, perhaps. I'm kind of still leaning there. But whatever the case may be, it's not a great situation. For a better part of the season, she's been playing alongside at least 2 players in the starting lineup who either should be at the end of the bench or just not in the league at all. Those are the level of players she's been with. She's been playing with at least one who absolutely should not be in the league at all. And that's just really unfair for a player that has a lot of potential, has a lot of talent, but needs to develop, right? You're not going to develop with a bunch of bums who just, like when you're making nice passes to them, they just can't drain the shot. They don't know when to set screens. They don't know how to set them. They don't know how to move around during the offense. They don't know how to manipulate the defense. You're playing with just just pure bums, and it's been bad. Now, what may be happening, this is what I'm hoping is happening. This is what I hope is happening. Is that right now, maybe we've gotten to the point where we figured out at least what the lineup should be. And this is what I'm hoping, that from here on out, this is what we see. I ain't making no promises because I don't trust this guy, but this is what I'm hoping. Okay. I'm hoping the starting lineup is the following. Camila Cardoso, okay? Who unfortunately we'll probably lose for about a week or so, a week and a half, because eventually I think she has to go to Brazil for something or whatever. But she's our starting center, okay? Angel Reese, all right, this is a given, is our power forward. Our backcourt, I don't know who will be the point guard or who will be the two, but Ariel Atkins, okay? Those are the three fixtures. That should be just set in stone. Okay, now filling in the others. Hopefully, Michaela Onyenwere has earned back her 3 spot that she had last year. Okay? And I'm going to explain in a minute why it should be Michaela over Debbie Allen, or whatever the hell name, Rebecca Allen, freaking Kia the nurse, who should be a nurse instead of a player, right? And all of them. And then the two, in my opinion, or one, whichever way you do it, should be Haley Van Lith, right, to start. Okay? And they should be getting the bulk of the minutes. Right, the backups need to be Kia Nurse, Rebecca Allen, I want to see Maddie Westbell get more minutes. I don't know why she was deactivated, not playing at all. I don't get it. I guess when Camilla leaves, you'll get to see more Maddie, But I think the girl has talent, and I think she has to be developed as well. And the best way to do that, get her some damn minutes, man. You're losing anyway. Get her some damn minutes. Right now, you need to be trying to figure out what you got. Now, why should this be the lineup? Okay, this should be the lineup because, listen, let's face it, all of the players aren't really specialists like that. When I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Angel Reese. She's obviously a specialist. Camilla is too. So is Ariel. But I'm talking about, like, if Kia Nurse was really a 3-point specialist, a dead eye, 40%, I can understand justifying her being in the starting lineup. The reality of Kia Nurse is that she's a streaky shooter. She'll have days like the last game. She'll make 3 out of 4 threes. She'll make 4 out of 5. That'll happen sometimes. But then she'll have the next game where she can't hit anything. And then the next game she won't hit nothing. The next game she might make 2. She's streaky. Okay, so at best, Michaela can be streaky too. You're right? Shit. Anybody can go out there and just have a hot game and not have a hot game. Now, the advantage is with Michaela is you'll have a player that's going to get you, going to give you better defense, especially against, those bigger guards that oftentimes are at the 3. She's going to give you better hustle without a doubt, because I can't stress the importance of hustling to loose balls, closing out on 3-point shooters, going after boards. Those things are the key to basketball. The key to basketball is getting to rebounds, getting to loose balls, okay, being quick to the ball, being quick to defense. That's the key to winning basketball. I know a lot of y'all don't understand that, but I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? Basketball is a game that is predicated on possessions. At most, you might have 100 possessions in a game. I'm just picking a number, okay, per team, okay? The way you get extra possessions is you steal the ball from the other team, you cause turnovers, you get to loose balls, you grab rebounds. The more possessions that you have, the better chance you have of winning. The more room you have to be inefficient. You don't have to go out there and score 60% clip, 40% clip from 3 if you have players that can get you extra balls, okay? Pause. The team that is showing everybody that right now in the NBA is the OKC Thunder. Okay, some of y'all might just see, the great Shai Gilgeous-Alexander looking all smooth. You might see J-Dub going out there scoring 40. What I see is a bunch of dogs scrambling for loose balls. I see Caruso. I see the Hardenstein. I see all these guys that are fighting for loose balls and never quit, constantly just going at it hard. That's what I see. Those are the things I see. Like the person that made the three-pointer, the three-point shot is important. But you know what else is equally important? The joker that grabbed the rebound, got you an extra possession and kicked it out to the three-point shooter. That player is just as important. Though I know a lot of y'all don't get that, right? But I know y'all who really come here do get that. Those who F with my channel, who subscribe, who understand, they get it. But a lot of you little trolls who think you know basketball, because like, listen, I was over there on the brothers' channel watching the game with them, and all they doing is going crazy over, like we watching the Fever game against New York, and the brother's the host. He comes here, brother, Backyard Junkie. Shout out to him. No, but I'm gonna cook him a little bit, because that's what it is. I'm always gonna cook you a little bit. So we watching the game and we disagreeing over certain things. He more impressed with like, oh my God, see that logo 3, woo, woo. He said, well, this is why the ratings has been down, because this hasn't been in the game and all of that. And okay, you're right, that's true. The logo 3, cool. But what I was more impressed with was players like Lexi Hall, who was scrambling after balls, making sure that everything is set right for Caitlin to be able to do that pretty shit, right? The other players that are out there that are sticking the defenders, that are setting screens for your ass, and all those things are very important, okay? And that's what a lot of people don't get about basketball, is those things. Same way in football. Sometimes you see Saquon's 65-yard run, but you're not paying attention to Lane Johnson and Kelsey, when Kelsey was there, whatever, block. You're not paying attention to the block, right? That set him off. And that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between the casual and the real sports person. The sports people really appreciate those other players. But anyway, when you put Michaela Onyenwere in there, what you're going to get is a little bit more of that scrappiness that you need. Just have her go out there and just play hard. Don't worry about being perfect, making all your threes. Don't worry about all that shit. Drive to the lane. Use your size and strength. She's solid. She's more solid than the average guard you're going to have out there. Get those solid points. Same thing with Haley Van Lith while you put her in there. Haley Van Lith is going to hustle, okay? Haley Van Lith is going to close out on shooters. She's going to pressure the ball handlers. These are the things you need right now, because Chicago, you're not going to win games by being more talented than the other team. You fucked that up by picking the wrong type of players. You didn't mess that up. The way you're going to beat teams, if you do, is by outworking them. You're going to have to hustle more, right? Now, you got the best hustler in the league. That's Angel Reese. There is no better hustle player. There is no better garbage hustle player than Angel Reese. You already got her. So, we got her. DJ Carrington is close, but it's Angel Reese. Because she's bigger and stuff like that. She can physically impose her will on the game more than say DJ Carrington, whatever. But that's why I wanted these niggas. If you put them two together, hustling and all that, come on, man. So, you put in Haley because she showed me. Because with Kid Nurse, you ain't getting no hustle. With Rebecca Allen, you ain't getting no hustle. You're losing a game. You're getting blown out because you're never getting to the damn ball. It's ridiculous. You're never getting to the damn ball. Look at Dylan. Dylan, I'm gonna cook you in a minute. Just hold tight. After I get through my little soliloquy, I start cooking a lot of y'all. All right, so just sit tight. Don't even worry about it. So this should be the starting lineup, and I hope we got to the point where we realize that. Second thing, I hope Tyler has a bit of an understanding of what the identity of this team should be. The identity of the team has to be scrappiness. You just going to have to be a little bit more. You got to be more doggish than the opponent. That's what's going to do it, because that will at least keep the score close enough to where you have a chance to win. Now, this all predicates, does Tyler understand that, or is he still confused about like the identity of the team? Does he still think these games are won at the 3-point line? This is what it's going to come down to. And tonight is going to take us closer to finding out, because this is going to be a hell of a test. Hell of a test. The Mystics are a team that is beatable. Make no mistake. They're young. They're inexperienced, similar to our team. They haven't won anything before, but they're very talented. Brittany Sykes, a player I would love to have on the team. Right? Slim. I would love to have Slim on the team. I love Slim. Okay? Sonia Citron, who I now see what everybody was hyped about with her. When she was at Notre Dame, I liked her, but I kind of thought she was about maybe, say, as good as Alexi Hall. That's what I thought she was. I ain't gonna lie, I was wrong about that. I can tell she's a little better, but I thought, somewhere around there. I didn't see potential star with Sonia Citron. Now I see potential star with Sonia Citron. So some of the brothers who called that out, one definitely HD, shout out to him. He definitely saw that before I did. I like Sonya. Defense, offense, two-way player would have been perfect for the Sky. Perfect. If you'd have just grabbed Citron and then later grabbed Van Lith, we good. You wouldn't have Ariel, which could be a problem, maybe not, but it's give or take type of stuff. Kiki Iriafen, okay? That beautiful Igbo woman from West Africa. She's a problem. She's big, solid, nice fundamentals. People have given her Asia Wilson as a comp, which is crazy. If Asia Wilson is your comp, that's insane. I don't know if I see that, because I don't see anybody like Asia Wilson. I think Asia Wilson is like Godzilla. To me, she's like Godzilla just trampling through the damn, that's how she is to me. But Iriafen is good, okay? Her and Angel Reese is going to be interesting, how that works. Many of you might just think, because some of you trolls, because I've already heard that, you should really be talking about Iriafen, not Angel Reese, Well, if you're talking about the traditional player that you could dump the ball into, and she could do a turnaround jumper and certain things like that, and do it in a way where it looks nice and graceful, I would agree. Iriafen does have that over Angel, some of those things. Okay? Now, if we're talking about the overall complete player, no, she does not. No, she does not have that over Angel Reese. Okay? Obviously, the rebounding is a difference. Angel Reese is just the best rebounder probably this league may have ever seen, especially this young in her career. Ball handling, I give the edge to Angel. Post scoring, I give definitely Kiki, without a doubt. Maybe even scoring in general, I give to Kiki. Not a problem. Kiki is damn good, okay, and damn fine, okay. She's good. Defense, it's not close. It's Angel Reese. Okay, Iriafen might have decent defense in the post. All right, Angel can guard the post. She can guard the perimeter. Okay, she can guard the middies. All of that stuff. She has the quickest hands when it comes to steals. When it comes to dishing, it's obviously Angel Reese. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to come down to who got more dog in them. And the type of shots Angel Reese choose to select is going to be very important as well. What I want to see Angel doing more so is using more of the mid-range. Just trust the shot and just shoot it. Do a little bit more of that, because believe it or not, and I know a lot of y'all don't know this as well, but scoring in the post is actually the most difficult shot in the WNBA. It's more difficult than a lot of the shooting from the perimeter, because of the defense that's in there. Okay, it's a big league, right? And then when you're Angel Reese, you're 6'3", and you're oftentimes up against a Jonquel Jones who's 6'6" with a damn 7'1" wingspan, and and then if you got her and Stewie out there, 7 foot damn wingspan, it's very hard to score in there, right? You gotta go deep in your bag to get them points. Shit, it was hard for Camilla to score in there, So what you got to do is you got to move those players out a little bit. And that's what I want to see her doing. A little bit more of that. type of stuff. But the ball handling and those things should open a lot of that up, you know. So that's going to be very interesting. Now, as far as winning the game tonight or losing the game, I think it's going to depend on the lineup, man, and the adjustments that Tyler March makes and the and the substitutions. Problem is, I have no faith in him with any of that stuff, man. Like, I got more faith in the players, some of the players, the Van Lips, the Michaelas, the so on. I got a little more faith in them than I do for Tyler Marsh. All right, let's see what's going on down here, man. Before we get into, we'll deal with some of this a little bit. Then we're going to talk about Alyssa Thomas, who's my MVP so far. All right, what we got going on, man, today? Let's see. The chat is busy. I like that. So Dylan says I'm a full-time Angel hater. Okay, well, at least you admit it. Pacers in 7. Oh, you sound like an Indiana guy. Listen, man, I know I went in on Indiana people some videos ago. That's because I was mad as hell about the y'all yelling at Angel Reese and calling names and all that kind of stuff. But trust me, I know the history of Indiana. Y'all are a very proud state when it comes to basketball. Okay, I know the greatest basketball player to ever come from the state is Oscar Robertson. With an argument for possibly Larry Bird. I understand. New York claims to be the mecca of basketball. Indiana, y'all believe y'all the mecca of basketball as well for the Midwest. If you say so, I don't know. You know what I mean? Tulip plays, he said, do I got any mods? Yeah, I got one mod. All right. Now, Tulip. All right. Tulip, I like the way you roll your mod, but don't be too crazy, right? This is what we're gonna do. Give me an opportunity, right, to see the stuff, because sometimes I like to come at them myself. I like to respond to them myself, so don't hide all the messages. You know what I mean? Now, if they talking racism or something like that, then get rid of it. But if they just saying negative things about Angel Reese, that's fine. I want the opportunity to flame them, so just don't have as quick a trigger finger as normal, if you don't mind. But I do need to start making a couple different mods. Right now, I only got 2. Because I actually like the BS. All right, so High Logic, what's up, High Logic? Cappuccino, High Logic. Miss Goody Two Shoes, starting to limit Alyssa Thomas. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Load full of day. A lot of black people this morning. Okay. I think you want to... Why all the black people homeless in their car? All right. What we're going to do is... No, we're not going to... you know what? Yeah, I'll just block him. Yeah. We'll make him we'll use him as an example. Yeah, we'll block him permanently. Send him to what is called troll heaven. Since most of them claim to believe in heaven and all that type of stuff, we send you to a place called troll heaven. All right, so Jericho says, Kiki versus Reese would be a great matchup to watch. Absolutely, I can't wait. Laskew says there's someone behind you. All right, be careful. If you keep that up, you'll be next. Charlie Boxing and Bulldogs. Maybe it's you who lives in your own little world. High Logic says, it is one of the best series in years. Absolutely. The Sky Organization is one of the worst in all sports. Yes, sir. Dylan says we don't like Angel Reese. Yeah, you don't have to block Dylan yet. I'm a flame Dylan. It's about Me Too. I don't know what you mean by that, but troll that Me Too stuff. Do that very carefully. All right, be very careful with that. I'm very much learned in politics and all of that kind of stuff and those things, right? So you can say the wrong thing, and we have a bad result here. Cold Spring says Reese is not on the same level as the top level in the league. What is the top level in the league to you? Dylan, you must be high. You're talking to High Logic. Ravenheart. I'm an angel. My name is Ravenheart for a reason. Raven for my name, Heart, because I care about everything. Yeah, and I don't care about what you're talking about. Miss Goody Two Shoes. It was enough to get you to come into this chat. You're literally here for Angel Reese. Unbridled One. Nurse deserves to start. Nurse deserves to start. Woo. That's a rough. That's a serious. Would you nurse's son or brother or something? Let's see. So Dylan. Okay, so I see Dylan. You just one of those casuals who don't know basketball like that. That's cool. Two plays was going on. Let's get it two shoes. And you commented about Angel first. Yep. Belinda Foster says, I'm hearing Reese's name so much it has become nauseating. I root for this guy and Angel. Please start talking about some of the other players on the team like Cardoso. Why do you have a problem? If you're a Sky fan, why would you have a problem hearing about Angel Reese, Belinda? Why would you have a problem hearing about Angel Reese? I don't understand that. Would you don't like her? Angel can't win games by herself. It will be tough for them against the team. They need scoring. Yeah, that's true. Like, it's true, Ariel Atkins has to average about 20 points, in my opinion. She has to. In order for this team to be what they need to be, Ariel has to average up to 20 points. What she's doing right now, in my opinion, as far as scoring, is unacceptable if this team is going to compete. iPhone 20 says, hi, what can you say about a relationship that is going on for a very long time but still not married? All right, keep doing that, and I'm gonna definitely time you out, bro. Like, I don't have time for that stuff. All right, there's no way Ray Allen. There's no Ray Allen corner three in Miami without that monster box rebound. Exactly. Chris Bosh to Ray Allen for three. Yep. I'm just going through these because a lot of these comments are just chat members going at each other, which is fine. I'm just trying to figure out what's directed at me to answer. Felicia Daniels says, agrees, CC fans are only infatuated with the logo 3. They don't care that she doesn't play ball. I really hate they're trying to turn the W into a 3-point league. Watching them play is way more exciting. Yep. I agree. That is what they want. That is what they want. It's stupid because they don't understand that that's horrible basketball. More dogs and the shooters got to make those buckets. Angel can only do but so much. Shamar Jones says CC went 0 for 4 in the fourth and had to be sat down because she was getting cooked on defense. If they really watched, they'd know this is why she did win a chip in college. She didn't win a chip in college. Yeah, Shamar. Here you go, Dylan talking about I'm just messing with y'all. This guy. I saw the clip where she said it was about her too, not just CC. I'm trying to understand, why do people act like they have a problem with that? What, Angel Reese supposed to say, yeah, it's just about CC. You know, she's supposed to just say that. Like, y'all don't even use your common sense. Belinda Foster says Atkins is making the most money on the team, and Angel and Cardoso is making the least. However, they are expected to do more and not vets. Yeah. Yeah, Atkins, we need 20 points from Atkins, I believe, for this team to compete. You need 20 points every night. She should be told that, really. Because last year, that's what Kennedy Carter was giving us, 19.2 points. And it was like, you got to have that. You got to have it. Because Angel will do what she does. Angel will get you a double-double. You can count on that. Cardoso will get you close to a double-double. You can count on that. Atkins has to get 20 points for this team to go on any type of run whatsoever. Osama bin Guapo, are you a billionaire? Oh man, why do y'all come in here acting stupid? What are y'all, like 15 years old, man? And Belinda, okay, I see what saying now. The vets are on the team so inconsistent. No one has any expectations for them. Yep. Y'all both see talking to each other. That's cool. All right, so those that said they're tired of talking about triple double Barbie, the fixes in the title says Angel Reese versus Kiki. Well, I could talk about the triple double if I want to. You know, it's just that I'm not really the stat guy. I don't focus on just stats of individual players like that. That's not the biggest thing in the world. I don't focus on how many records players broke or the first player to do this 500. I really don't care about that. I really don't. What I care about is can you build a winner? That's what my focus comes from because that's what I'm about when it comes to sports. I really believe stats are for losers, right? Stats are there so the loser can justify why they didn't win. To come up with an excuse that wasn't my fault. That's what they're for. When you won, it doesn't really matter what the stats are. You won the game, but you look at them to say, okay, well, just casually, well, I had a good game or whatever. But they're not that important when you win. They really aren't, right? If you're the type of player that if you lost a game but you had a triple double and you're happy, there's something wrong with you, right? So my main thing was even when I covered the game, I said very little about Angel Reese's triple double, and I said more about the fact that Chicago was able to win the game. That triple double led to the win, helped lead to the win. That's what I was more so into. Because I really don't care about that stuff. I know some people do, but because I'm not here to try to prove a point to Clark Ease and other people who think Angel Reese is a bad basketball player. Like, if you believe she's a bad basketball player and you watched her, I just don't think you know basketball, and I really don't respect you like that. To waste my time trying to all right, I gotta keep proving she's good to these people, right? I just think you don't know the game, right? So it's just that simple, But there are other channels that do that, like when Angel Reese has a good game. All right, see, this is the evidence that she's good. Like, I think she proved it last season that she's a great player. She already proved that. If you watch college, she proved that. She already proved it. Right? Does she have to adjust to some things in the W? Okay, like all young players, yeah. Right? But I'm not sitting here doing that. I think GSV re-signed Chen for a hardship contract for the Eurobasket period. Yeah, I'm not really up on what Golden State Valkyries are doing like that, but thanks for sharing that information. Said people don't hate CC. They dislike her Glazers who disrespect the game and other players. Yeah, I mean, Atkins is not an elite scorer like that. She's a two-way third option, having to be the first option to Sky and Chen and Mana left. I mean, that's your opinion. I think she can average 20. Yeah, that's your opinion. I get it. Tulip. Fulan, we can watch Sivka, etc. in Eurobasket. It's against legit comp, so if they play well, they're ready for the W next year. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'd rather she be here right now, though. Yeah, exactly, Felicia. If they tired of hearing about Angel, why come here? You already know this. You already know what this is gonna be. Especially when you see, I put a picture of her on the damn thing. You already know what it's going to be. All right, now, so pretty much got through that. Alyssa Thomas for me is the league MVP so far. League MVP so far. Now listen, I understand Nafisa Collier is a lot of people's probably MVP. Some people I've heard are still saying Aja Wilson. Some I've heard for Alicia Gray. And I understand all of those, picks. Some are trying to make the ridiculous claim for Caitlin Clark, which I think is whatever. But my case for Alyssa Thomas is, without Khalid Copper, on a completely new team, new coach, everything from the rip, her impact is there immediately. Like her, similar to Angel Reese, she's not going to kill you with 20 points a night. She's not going to do that. Alyssa Thomas might average 11, 12 for the season, something like that. But her impact on the defensive end, her impact in assisting, she's right now giving you 9 assists a night. Giving you 9 assists a night right now, which is second in the league, behind Caitlin Clark, who's doing 9.2. So she's up on her. Caitlin better keep that. She better keep that up, if she want to lead the league in assists this year. So you're talking about a big in Alyssa Thomas that's second in assists by a very short margin. Who you put her on the team, they automatically start winning. Now, I remember the Phoenix Mercury last year, with Diana Taurasi and Kyle Copper and all of them. They ain't look like this. Now, they do have Satu Sabali, who is having a hell of a season. Almost maybe a breakout type season. Satu is averaging about 20 points a night. She's balling. So she does have some help. I ain't going to give you that, but who the hell doesn't have help? That's in the MVP race. And then they just added Khalid Copper, man. Whew. If those three can work together like I think they possibly could, Phoenix Mercury going to be serious. They're going to be serious to deal with, man. So Miss Goody Two Shows says, didn't AT play more games though? So AT is the true assist leader. Oh, you mean as far as number of assists as opposed to average? You could be right about that, Miss Goody Two Shoes. Yep. You could be right. C. Glazer says, by the way, I'm a CC fan, a Beckers fan, and a Fee fan. That's what's up. McPhee, number one for me, in my opinion. AT been hurt half the season. Satu has carried in her absence and cemented her unicorn status. Mercury are legit with that big three and solid role players. Yeah, I get the Fee thing, and the Fee thing is popular. I'm just looking at the transformation of the team. And how many games did Alyssa Thomas miss? It was about 3 maybe? It wasn't if you look at from the start of the year, they started off off and running hot already as if they were a team that played together. I'm impressed because typically when you have new pieces, it's an adjustment period. And I feel like it was no adjustment period with them. They went right in, and it just shows how impactful of a player she is. And that just impressed me. But Nafisa Collier, I get it. This is probably the season that people are going to be pushing her to be MVP. Said defense from the Merc is different. Yeah, man. And I believe Alyssa Thomas inspired all of that. The defense and everything. So, however, the Lynx will still have a hard time when they play the Liberty. Jones will be a super threat inside. Stewart will get tons of throw. Oh, yeah, once Jonquil Jones come back, it's going to be completely different. Yeah, it's going to be completely different. So, Alyssa Thomas has been in a lot of MVP. I know, she's always close, right? Third, but never quite gets it. So, AT's a true glue player. Facts. Facts, Dominique. Yeah, man, I love her game. You put her on there, man. Like, I already know if she was a better offensive player, like meaning scorer, because she is a good offensive player, because there's more to offense than scoring, though people don't get that. But if she's a better scorer, she probably would have had an MVP right now. It's just that there's this crazy biasness towards scoring that people have. She should at least get a defensive player of the year, if she doesn't get MVP. Because her impact is just crazy like that. Say AT is who Draymond thinks he is. There's similarities there, but AT's a better player than Draymond. We've seen Draymond when there's no Steph Curry, he's like a triple single dude when there's no Steph Curry. And AT is a better facilitator as well. So Draymond is an above average facilitator, but not at the level like Alyssa. Nah, Alyssa actually can drive through the hole, draw the defense, and kick out. Draymond doesn't really drive well. He doesn't drive the ball well. He's more of like a pick and pop passer, So those are some of the differences. So AT is the best basketball IQ in the W. I agree. She's the brain of the offense and defense. I agree. Rico Rogers says Angel is defensive player of the year. I can't give her that right now. The Chicago has to win more games, before I do that. And Tay says Draymond really just play defense on the bigs. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Draymond can't guard 1 through 5. He's very good, effective against bigs and post players. Tula plays, yes, for that. That's why I'm saying Draymond thinks he's AT, but really he's Draymond. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I know. I know you was more so clowning. I just thought about, just weighing in on it, because why not? Because there's probably people who might think she's like Draymond. Yeah. So AT is the best hedge defender in the league. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree, my brother. You are a brother, right? I'm sorry. I don't mean that. But I'm not sure. Tulip. I'm not sure. I don't want to be wrong. I'm not sure. Tulip is like a flower, right? I'm just sister. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. I know you got that quick trigger finger over on show page, so you be catching them quick. Yeah, that's what's up though. But man, so what y'all got on this game tonight? As far as Angel and Kiki, what you think Angel's numbers gonna be? Who y'all think gonna win? Want to engage some of y'all with that before I get my predictions. AB, what's up? You think Marsh will give Angel some post touches tonight against Kiki? I mean, there will be some, yeah. I hope it's really. I don't like a lot of the post touches. To me, I want to see her more so around the elbow area and stuff like that. So that she has a choice to play make or take the midi. I don't like sometimes just the post matchups. I don't know. Kiki's pretty strong. It's going to be interesting to see who's stronger out of the two. So Dallas signed Lee. They now have a proper big. Hopefully they will win some games. Yeah, but I hear Lee is really horrible on defense. This is what I'm hearing. So I don't know. But she can help with the shots because, Paige Beckers will get that ball to you. So Lee will help with some things for sure. I think Angel will have more boards and assists, but Kiki more points. Game could be close. Yeah, that makes sense. Sky by 3. Okay, I like that. Iron Ball McGinty. Mercury 89. Sky 72. Well, we don't play the Mercury. We play the Mystics. You got the Mystics 89. Sky 72. Oh, man. Let's hope Tyler said Angel. Let Angel be Angel. Yep. Yeah, he should have seen enough to know that that's the best way moving forward. Two plays at Sea Wings are Wings are cooked, in my opinion. They will finish rock bottom unless they trade away Enrique and get some assets to balance the roster. Yeah, I would hate to see Enrique kind of traded, but you might be right about that. Can't wait for the breakdowns of AR and Kiki. Exactly, I agree. Can't wait to do them. Exactly, post play is not Angel's game. I need people to understand that. I mean, she could do it and she'll need to develop it, but yeah, I don't want just constant post play. No, it's really the most difficult shot in the W because of the defense. AT knows when to assert herself in offense and when to assert exactly. Yep. C Glazer, T Mac is not fine. She is having half game time as last year, and half the points half the season. This may be the main reason why Dallas suck. He takes up Big T. I don't know. Tasha Cloud, Defensive Player of the Year. Hmm. Maybe. It's kind of hard, it seems like, in the W for Wings to get it. I mean, I know Cheryl Swoops used to get it back in the day, so did Tamika Catchings and them, but I don't know. Lately, it seems like they go to kind of like shot blockers and so on, but I like Tasha on defense. I don't know if she's DPOY, though, but hell of a defensive player. Angel's going to give Kiki problems. She should. I mean, I can see how they both could give each other problems, honestly. So the Wings need a damn coach. Yeah, it looks that way, man. Man Bun and Marshmallows are competing for worst coach in the W. Yeah. Yep. See, Riki's been so erratic this year, it makes Dallas games so difficult. Yeah. At times, yeah. Yeah. What Enrique has to just learn to do more so is make herself available off ball. When Paige has the ball, just learn how to run around screens. Like I've said, I would have Enrique just watch hours and hours of Allen Iverson. The way he played, the way he fought around screens to get himself open, man. That off ball play is key. That's my problem with Enrique. It's just a lot of standing around. And then when she gets the ball, it's just too much dribbling sometimes, which can cause the offense to be stagnant. And if you're going to do that, you better make the damn shot. Um, but I still got a little outside hope that they can play together because I think that's ultimately what you're going to need, unless you trade it for the right piece. So the Wings had too much talent to be this bad. Dallas has top 6 talent on their roster. Top 6 talent. They do have a lot of talent. Is it top 6? I don't know. But they do have a lot of talent. I do agree they shouldn't be this bad. But there were a couple games, man, where they should have won. But then it's like, at the end of the game, you're giving it away. You don't know. They don't know how to finish. It's part of their problem. And that's partly coaching. It really is. That part is partly coaching. See, Wings had the slowest bigs in the league, and none of them can guard. Yeah, tell me about it. Larry Albert says Angel really allows any player to score their average. Yep. 14, 12, and 8. Sky by 5. Okay, so double. I like that. And the W. I like that. Rim protection still king. There are 4. Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Defensive player of the year might be someone like Izzy Megabor, might be someone like that, who really is overdue, I think, at DPOY. Well, Andy Beard was the best last guard to win DPOY, yeah. Makes sense. Sports here, BK. I can appreciate the more well-rounded discussion about the league. Yeah, we do that sometimes around here. Tonight should be a Camilla night. See, what I've done was I started avoiding Clark channels, right? Because Clark channels is really what makes me mad. So that's when I come on here flaming y'all. A lot of times it'd be response to stuff I see. I've kind of started blocking a lot of them, or just telling YouTube I'm not interested. So like Ben Daniels, I haven't seen him in weeks. I haven't seen Rudy in weeks. So that's why I'm a much happier guy. As long as I'm not seeing those guys, I'm fine. Jacob Capone says, "What up, brother Flair? Yo, what's going on? What's up, Richie?" Roderick says, "Don't know who will win, but excited to see it." Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you right there with that. Yeah, Mystics are beatable, but Mystics have been playing better in Chicago for the most part. But hopefully, man, if Marsh has gotten to a point where at least he kind of has figured out what the identity of the team should be and what the starting lineup should be. But he might still go out there, man, with Kia Nurse starting and Rebecca Allen. I just don't know what he's going to do. That's the problem. I would love to see Citron and Michaela go at it, honestly, as opposed to like a Nurse or whatever. But I don't know what he's going to do. Much love from West Virginia. What's going on, Mr. Ruthless? Prime Kyrie is better than AI. No, he's not. Come on with the dumb shit. Jay in the building. Drop a like on the stream. Yeah, Prime Kyrie's not better than Iverson. No, sir. So Tulip was good. High Logic says, trade Page. I want her with a good organization. I would love her in Chicago. Because her and age Reese would be ridiculous. LeBron said he doesn't have the right people around him. LeBron past at full strength will break many fingers. I don't know what made you come up with LeBron. Alyssa looks heavy. Well, that's because Alyssa is heavy. Dollar General. Why do I always go to bed with an itchy butthole and wake up with smelly fingers? Because you're gay, and you're blocked as well. Yep. LeBron has to lessen his full potential for others around him. Why you keep talking about LeBron? Did somebody in the chat start a LeBron conversation? C. Glazer says Fever should sign Lee instead of Wings. In that case, Fever can have a plan B, which is slow half-court game. Why would they do that when you already have Leah Boston? Leah Boston is slow enough. Look forward to the Kiki era battle for sure. Iron Balls McGinty. What BS are you about to say? Mystic Rooks going to cause problems. Game going to be tight. Washington 80, Sky 77. Gold Stuff Supreme. Angel Defensive Player of the Year. What are y'all smoking? Crack going Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, or any award? Angel to bench. All right. I'm going to put you in timeout, right, for 1 minute. Okay? That's like the warning joint. If you come back still talking stupid, then it turns to 5 minutes and then 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Till eventually you're. So you gotta. That's Tulip. That's typically what I do. Oh yeah, but that's good. You did. You let me see. So right, he got a 1 minute this time. So next time, if he says something similar to that, just do it 5 minutes. I like to do a gradual thing, so give him a chance to understand what's happening here. But if he continues, then So it is different. Lee is slow, but she is heavy. She has the body to post up back to basket. Boston can't. Dantas can't. You said Boston can't post back to the basket and Dantas can't. What are you talking about? Boston and Dantas both post back to the basket. Dominic Pinellas, Michaela hasn't been talked about enough. I think in her time, she has had one of her better seasons. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, my thing is, I get it. Michaela isn't like the perfect ideal three. But you're not going to tell me that Rebecca Allen should be in there instead of her or Kia Nurse. You're just not going to tell me that. If they were dead eye shooters, they were giving me over 40% from the three, fine. But if they're going to be like streaky, shit, I could deal with a streaky Michaela. At least Michaela's going to hustle. J Dub Speed wins games, absolutely. Mr. Esbred, Wings should have made Lee Euro trade with the Storm to Sky for Camilla Cardosa. Yeah, I don't think Chicago's trying to trade Camilla, so. Sea Glazer is slower than both of them and get cooked on defense. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I haven't seen a lot of her. I know she was on the Sparks last year, but I didn't really get to watch a whole lot of their games. If Tyler allows Michaela to play a three where she's more comfortable, she will cook. Yeah, I hope you're right. Why is there Chinese here? Kick them out. What is that? Yeah, come on, Dante, don't do that. All right, that's verbal. Come on, don't do that. Angels gotta show Kiki who's boss. Yeah, I agree. You gotta treat her like a rookie if you can. Seaglaze, the Fever has enough offense. Defense is their issue. Lee would make it harder for them. Yeah, I agree. Mikey C 112 says, I think the Mystics take this game, but Brittany Sykes and Sonia Citron will lead the team in scoring unless Kiki dominates Angel, which I don't see happening. Makes sense. Tulip plays. Falan, who is the best perimeter defender in W history? Tamika, Cheryl, or Alana? For me, Cheryl is one, then Tamika. Yeah. Alana Beard, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't watch as much. I didn't watch as much. I watched some, but Tamika, I saw a lot of Tamika. And I was watching, when Cheryl played, I was watching as much as I watch now. Those first 4 years Comets run, I was all locked in to the league then. I like Teaspoon too as a defender. Teaspoon wasn't no joke as a defender as well. Her and but Cheryl, man, Cheryl was a beast. There's a big time Cheryl's Hoops channel for y'all who don't like that. Let's just take away this finger, right? And then you know how that goes. Yeah. Lee has a lot of fans. She's the most popular player in China. All right. Yeah, good job, Tulip. I see you on it. This guy. Who's Maddox? Dante Maddox. Treads carefully, my friend. Tread very carefully, man. Who's going to guard Citron for real? If Kiki and Citron about to cook. Well, if you put Michaela in there, it's going to be a good challenge. I like to see that. Not saying she'll absolutely shut it down, but if you look at Citron, she's not like the super small quick three. She's more bigger. So I think it's going to be interesting to see that. I think she might be able to stay with Citron, maybe. And if she can't, well, then Citron will impress me more than I thought before. I think she's your best chance. I don't want to see Rebecca Allen on her. Even though Rebecca Allen, I like her height and length, but she's bad, man. She's bad. Um, and then you can't put Angel on her because then you leave Kiki against who? E Will? I mean, maybe. I don't know. But I guess you can't have E Will, Angel, and Camilla in at the same time. So it's interesting. It's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be a chess game that I hope Tyler Marsh is up to. By the way, don't record videos when you are driving. What do you worry about it for? Camilla is better than that lady from the Wings. Yeah. Camilla is better than any bigs on the Wings. Keystone Cowboys is flying my G. What's going on, Keystone? Your Cowboys gonna get trashed opening night too. Dang, I didn't know that Lee had shooters. Y'all talking a lot about some damn Lee. Shamar Jones. See, Glazer, I agree with you. The league and media bolstered Caitlin's popularity. The game of women's basketball is popular in general. CC pops up in the Midwest between those Chicago and Indiana crowds. So Mystics win because Tyler would make some mistakes in this game. Unfortunately, I can't disagree with that. That guy, Yeager, says Caitlin Clark for MVP. Why would she be MVP? Right? When Caitlin Clark was there, first 4 games, you lost 2 of the damn games. Okay? Caitlin Clark was horrible in at least her last 2 games before she just came back and had this game. Why would she be MVP? Because she's leading the league in assists, but she's also leading the league in turnovers. Why would Caitlin Clark be the MVP of the league? Don't have the best record in the league. Don't have the best stats in the league. The DJ, you underestimate the population of China. Yeah, y'all keep talking about Lee. Yeah, I might just have to not address those. But that's fine. Y'all can talk about what y'all want. That's fine. Now, Caitlin's sitting out of stuff and Chelsea Mitchell closing the games against the elite WNBA team shows Nafisa is alone in this combo right now. Nafisa's not alone, but Nafisa might be the leader. I get that. Say Ghost is getting that step by step. Now it's 5 minutes. All right. Michaela has the length and quickness to bother Citron. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, man, and definitely in the strength too. You know, because Citron also is a strong player. You know, WNBA has no licensed TV coverage in China. To the plays, Fulan Rakia has been cooking lately. Do you think she can be an all-star? Oh, Rakia. Where for Art Thou Rakia? Yeah, man. Rakia should be an all-star. Rakia should be an all-star. Rakia should be on the cover of all types of magazines. Rakia should be, if not the face, she should be a top 3 to 5 face. And one of the reasons is her face. And of course her game. But Rakia, my God. Rakia. What can I say? Look at Dylan. I'm back. Back with Angel Reese heat. Oh, no. I don't know. Hey. Don't Chad, don't erase any angry fan stuff. Just let him say whatever he wants. Let angry fan say what he wants. He's one of my favorite dudes to cook. Yeah, let him say whatever he wants. Clark is the GOAT. The GOAT to what? The GOAT to what? Turn the ball over? Go ahead, angry fan. What's Gart go to? The only thing she's clearly the go to of is turn the ball over. Because GOAT got to be greatest of all time at something. So you got to be the greatest of a thing. Angry fans, oh Lord, you and this turnover crap. Yeah, I'm always talking about turnover crap. You know why? Because I'm a basketball head. You know who else would hate that them turnovers? Pat Riley, Tom Thibodeau. I'm assuming you're a Knicks fan. If not, then I can understand why you like Caitlin Clark. If you're not a Knicks fan, but you're from New York. Damn right I'm going to talk about turnovers, bro. You damn right. I'm going to talk about turnovers and I'm going to talk about lack of defense. Talk about poor footwork on the defensive end. I'm going to talk about no mid-range. Oh, you hated the Knicks? Okay. Oh, you a Hornet fan with a Knicks accent. So you like what? Because of Larry Johnson in the morning? That's why. Here you go, my man, at Highest house. Yeah, you done came in the Lions Den, angry fan. This is the Lions Den right here. Zoe, LJ, Muggsy, Dell Curry. Yeah, I feel you. I like them teams. Hersey Hawkins. Yeah, I like that team. But that makes sense, though. You hate the Knicks. Now I understand you a lot better. That's why you be talking all that soft stuff about fouls and all that. But I'm glad you're here. Caitlin Clark, the GOAT. Ghost, the league is on the rise in general. But Angels, you can't see me moment got a lot of you folks here. Hold on, I wanted to see that. Angel is a baby giraffe talking about footwork. She couldn't even make a layup after 7 attempts. A baby giraffe, yeah. You want us to start cooking Clark as far as her looks go? Is that what you want? You want us to talk about how she look like Mr. Ed? That's what you want? Or how she look like Mel Gibson? Which one? Because I know you're not that delusional when you think like Caitlin Clark is a better looking woman than Angel Reese. Like I know y'all a little delusional and a little crazy, but I don't think you that crazy, are you? Angry Fan Sports. Angel is terrible, bruh. Stop wasting your time talking about her. How's she terrible? What you think? What you think having the 24th best defensive rating as a rookie is terrible? You think leading the league in rebounds is terrible? Hey, Diddy boy. Okay, you said Diddy and you said boy. What I do with bitch ass niggas like you, so that I don't end up beating your ass, is I just hide you completely. Right? Because you wouldn't say that to my face. You'll just be going, period. And you wouldn't dare do that to my face. Now, let me see. Yeah, I ain't hide him. He's gone. Dudes like that, he gone. Yeah, I agree, Israel. It's ridiculous that just hitting logo threes is the height of basketball to them, but they're casuals. I can't stand casuals. Shamar Jones says Caitlin gives you a good first half, and that's about it. But when she play hero ball, they try to stat pad because her team leads and sometimes a W. Yeah, she has to learn when and when not to do those things. At the end of the day, Caitlin's a good player, but she's young. You know what I mean? That's all we want people to recognize. She's young and she's not perfect. 2 things will make me not call a screen out for my teammates. No defense and dumb turnovers. Playing defense is hard, and I take pride in it. Yep. Give me Angel any day of the week. I hear you. What is going is your barber, and what is going is your manhood, Transcendent. That's what's going, your manhood. Worrying about my damn haircut. What you a metrosexual or something? Oh no, you ain't got to delete. Like people say something to me like about my haircut, you ain't got to delete that. That's fine. That's easy dealing with that. I feel like the turnovers this year are not that bad because she is having a good assist to turnover ratio compared to the point guard. No, turnovers are bad. She's leading the league in turnovers. And still over 5. I hate when people talk about stat padding, but y'all AR fans don't say nothing about her stat padding. Well, personally, I don't care if players stat pad. Angry Fan Sports says, logo threes. Bruh, if that's all you see, you're not a basketball fan. You're a pure hater. I see logo threes and fancy passes. That's what I see. That's what she does well. She's a great transition player. But in half court, she's mediocre. And she's not a 3-level scorer. And then on defense, she gives you practically nothing, right? But some help defense situations, and stuff like that. Israel Velota, dude, I admitted that Angel Reese stat padded some games last season. Yeah, like, I don't care about the stat padding. Like for example, the goal is to go out there and win. Every rebound and every point and all of that stuff is towards a win. Now, if you in a situation where, okay, you got a chance to make history and everybody's saying it, yeah, why not go do it? You know what I mean? Whether you winning or losing, why not? The crowd was all into it. They want her to do it. Who cares? Like in baseball, when the boy Mark Aguirre, or whatever the hell his damn name is, Mark whatever, and Sammy Sosa were chasing the home runs. I mean, they're really just trying to get home runs. Okay, so what? Like, I don't get it. Who ever told y'all they got y'all locked in on this whole fascinating stat padding thing? And why do you think Caitlin Clark doesn't stat pad? That's what I don't get. Of course she does. Like, anytime players do stuff like she was close to breaking Sue Bird's assist record, right? And she talked about it and said, yeah, if I'd have known it was Sue, I would have done it. I do this. Like, they pay attention to that, and they're purposely trying to get assists. Like, they're purposely deciding, okay, I'm getting assists to do that. Like, so what? I don't get it. You still have to have an ability. Like this is the point I'm trying to get to. Are you trying to say Angel Reese is not a great rebounder? Because at the end of the day, either she's a great rebounder or she's not. Just say a stat pattern. What the fuck does that matter? Like, is she a great rebounder or not? Right? If you're trying to say she's stat pattern to make an argument that she's not a great rebounder, then are you smart? You know what I mean? Or are you dumb? Like, what are you doing? I never get that. I don't understand that. Ahaya's house, he be going in. Oh, man, he be going in, man. A lot of these guys are soft in real life. Most trolls get bullied. So this makes you wonder. Like, I don't assume people are soft, but I don't know, man. We talking soft. But they expect basketball to be soft at least. Maybe and they realize they're not soft, but they expect basketball to be soft. She said she's Trae Young. Yeah, it could be. But Trae Young has a nice floater. She ain't got that. Like, one dude said, she made a floater. She made one floater in the game. Oh my God. She got a floater now. Come on, man. I actually respect you and Seth. At least you know how to debate, unless certain AR content creators that block people. So you my guy for like. See, some content creators, they block people because they just tired of it. Like, I think it's more so out of exhaustion. And then oftentimes a lot of the same arguments They keep hearing about Angel Reese. Like, plus, a lot of Angel Reese, like, critics say stuff that's just stupid. Like, Angel Reese is horrible. Angel Reese can't play basketball. Like that, yeah, I might block those people too. Because, like, I don't, except for Angry Fan, I just let him. Because he can't really mean that. He's just, you know what I mean, speaking hyperbole. But sometimes if I'm tired of it, I'll block people for that too. Because it's like, if you're going to make an argument, make an actual argument. Don't just come talking stupid like that. Because that's like a real basketball head, they don't talk like that. These are horrible. Oh. Like, what are you talking about, bro? What is your point? Brother, don't waste your time with these trolls. They get behind the keyboard and talk shit they would never say to your face. Oh, absolutely. Oh, believe, absolutely. I just get rid of them. Angry Fan Sports says, Juju better than Angel. Juju's better than Caitlyn. Kiki better than Angel. We'll see. Paige better than Angel. Paige is better than Caitlyn. Hell, Audi Crooks is better. No, she's not. Just stop. Like, now you're comparing guards and centers and all. It's like, come on, you're all over the place, Angry Fan. Pick a thing and then we talk about it. Yeah, exactly. Angel don't need the stat pad. She's just been getting double doubles ever since she picked up a basketball. The passes aren't fancy. Have y'all heard of Ticha Penichero? Look her up. Tisha, yeah. Fulan, CC stat padded twice last year and once this year. She probably stat padded more than that. But like I said, stat padding's okay with me. I don't care. If you don't want a person to stat pad, stop them. It happens all the time in football, basketball, everything. When Saquon's trying to get 2,000 yards, you think it's not stat padding? They're trying to break a record. It's part of the sport. You don't like it? Stop the player. Angry Fan. Angel Reese pushes off on rebounds. Yeah, they push her too. like was she the only one pushing? What are we talking about? Dylan good at rebounding her own misses. Like, why do y'all going to need some new material? Y'all going to need new material. Stupid. She's good at she's better. Whatever type of rebounding it is, she's better at everybody at this shit. Like, you can't even give her that. I can't respect you. That's like me saying Caitlyn isn't good at shooting threes from the logo. Like, I won't say that, even though I can't stand her game. But I won't say she's not good at it. Like, there's a certain level of like integrity and honesty you should have about yourself, just as a man in general. To not just say just things that makes it clear you just a hater. Shamar Jones says, Paige, Juju, Olivia Miles, Kelsey Plum, JC Sheldon, Sabrina are better than CC. Yeah, I agree with everybody except for maybe Miles. But yeah, Paige, yeah. Kelsey Plum, yeah, absolutely. Sheldon, yeah. Sabrina, yeah. I don't know about Olivia Miles though. So I actually agree with you, Fulan. You think about this. How you know how good you have to be to stat pad. Yeah, exactly. Right, and then the other thing too, when you say she gets her own rebounds, you saying she's a hell of a rebounder. Then you know how good you got to be. I'm gonna just get my own, like, on purpose. You got to be a bad motherfucker. That's what you saying. The only player that used to do that in the NBA was Moses Malone. He used to do that. Moses Malone, but it wasn't to get a stat. What it was Moses Malone, if he under the rim and he's not in his favorite spot to score, what he would do is purposely throw the ball up to where he know he can rebound in a better spot to score. That's what Moses Malone used to do, like, on purpose, right? But you know how great a rebounder you got to be that? But Moses Malone was known as the chairman of the boards. That's what they called him. That's how damn good he was at rebounding. He had seasons we averaged 17, a game and stuff like that. And honestly, Angel Reese is most closest to Moses Malone to me. He has to develop the scoring a little more, though, because Moses Malone was just unstoppable. The Angry Fan crazy, right? Comparing guards to power forwards. He's just mad. Because that's what he is, the Angry Fan. Yeah, exactly. CC fans talk about push-offs, right? All Caitlin Clark does is push off. He said, "Yeah, we all hear CC has to get back in the game and get one assist." Exactly. Exactly, Dominique. Here comes angry fans. Cameron Brink is better. Aaliyah Boston is better. He said, "Hey, Cameron Brink." Oh man, that's funny. I gave sure the exact comparison. CC to Trae Young. Israel talking about Adrian travels 7 times a game. Yeah, I don't know about that, but the modern players, they carry, they travel, they do everything. Like, if so, she ain't the only one. Most of these players, like when they're dribbling, like when they're holding the ball going into dribble, they take a step before they put the ball down. They do all types of stuff. What do you think about DK Metcalf being traded to the Steelers? This is a football conversation, but it's good for the Steelers. And picking up Aaron Rodgers, this is their best shot. If they don't, then it's bad for the Steelers. Yep, exactly, Tulip. Trae Young has a better handles than a floater. That's why I usually compare it to James Harden. Not Houston Harden, not compared to post Houston Harden, older Harden. Yep, exactly, Felicia. If you're going to say it about AR, say it about CC. Angry Fan says, "Bruh, Angel Reese is good at what she does. It's the comparison that makes it bad for her." Well, Angry Fan, what you see and what I see in Angel Reese is two totally different things. I watched Angel Reese at LSU, right? So I've seen her when her game is more expanded, when she has a coach that put her in those type of situations, right? I've seen the extent of what she could do. Right now, Tyler Marsh is just starting to allow her to do more in the offense and stuff like that. We'll see. Give it a year or two. We're going to see. I believe her value will be higher than Caitlin's. Call me crazy. I believe that because of what she'll do on both sides of the floor. She's a bigger player, and she plays in a league that's a big dominated league. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Right? If she gets this 4 spot down, it's over. Right? But we got to give it time. We'll see. Like a lot of what I do with young players is I project where I think they'll be. It isn't always about where they're at right now. I get it. Caitlin is looking great right now. And a lot of that has to do with, I think, the situation she in. She has a better team. There's a lot of things that's just aiding in that. And she has certain parts of her game down. Like shooting. These are things people like to see. So I get it. You want to see Caitlin's way ahead. All right. That's on you. When it's all said and done, I don't believe that's going to be the case. But call me crazy. It's all right. Yeah, I know you're crazy, Cameron Brink. Henry fan is saying anything. Since CC fans compare Angel to CC because of the natty, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you can't really compare them as players. You can compare overall impact and stuff like that. It is unfair to do right now, in my opinion, because Caitlin has way more help than Angel Reese does right now. Way more. It's just not even. It's not even close. Angel Reese has just trash around her. Here's the material. When Angel drives through the hole, she pray-ups instead of layups. Stupid. Just came across this, so you all are Angel Reese fans and want to beat up on Caitlin Clark. I wouldn't say that's the case, but most of us are Angel Reese fans, yeah. But what end up happening is, like, I'll do a post like today with no intention of talking about Caitlin Clark whatsoever. But what will happen is, because like CC fans will see that I'm talking about Angel Reese with their deals, they'll come in and start talking about Caitlin Clark, right? And then they start talking negatively about Angel Reese. So then now I got to flame their ass. And part of flaming them is you got to flame Caitlin Clark, because that's what really hurts them on the inside. Is when you bring up Caitlin Clark's flaws, So that's what ends up happening. Like, it's not about, all right, I'm going to come here and flame Caitlin Clark. You know, all these things happen for a reason. And I'm not going to just let you come in here and just talk about Caitlin Clark and just talk crazy about Angel Reese without a response. Filippo Vital says, wait, did you say Paige is better than Caitlin Clark? Yeah. Or you mean will be? Because saying it's kind of disingenuous. Saying right now is kind of disingenuous. I think Paige would be, is she always aggressive Paige? No, I think Paige Beckers was always better than Caitlin Clark, going way back 7 years or so. Okay, when they were both coming out of high school, both recruited. Paige Beckers was the #1 ranked. Angel Reese was #2 ranked. Caitlin Clark, I believe, was the 4 ranked, 4 or 5, one or the other. Okay, when they went to college, Paige is the better player, and this is what I mean when I say she's a better player. Plays defense and offense. You look at offense when it comes to passing and IQ. I believe they are equal players when it comes to that. However, I believe Paige has a slightly better offensive IQ because of shot selection. Paige has way more spots on a court to score from. Paige can go to the elbow and score. Either side of the elbow. You can put Paige in the post, she can score. You can put Paige around the foul line, wherever within that range she can score. She also scores from the 3-level scorer. Okay. Passing is equal to me. I truly believe they're equal at passing. Caitlin Clark doesn't have as much of an arsenal, an array of shots. Okay, now you might say, well, she averaged more points. There's reasons for that. That has a lot to do with aggressiveness, how many shots you're taking. Okay, what shots you choose to take, the offense you're in, right? So it's naturally going to happen. If Paige is playing in UConn, where there's generally more talent around, she has to facilitate more. She has to allow for other players on the team to score. You're going to play a different game, and Gino Orienta is going to play a different game. However, if one of them is at a place like Iowa and you have like Bluter as a coach, and Bluter elected to go with more of a D'Antoni type of offense, where you have the primary ball carrier pretty much doing most of the facilitating. I mean, Caitlin was off ball sometimes to try to get her off, but the main thing is she was there to be the main scorer, main assister, main just everything. It was different. Okay, but I look beyond just that. I look at the actual essence of this player's game, and I always felt Paige was better. It ain't just some new thing, Now you're saying right now, I guess you're saying because Caitlin was in the WNBA last year and Paige wasn't. Okay, that's fair. But when you talk about like right now, I still think Paige has a better game. But Caitlin is just in a much better situation. You got the big that you need. You got the perfect scoring guard next to you that you need. All right, now Paige does have a good scoring guard, but right now the scoring guard is playing like shit. Enrique is just not playing well. There's no big that's like a Lilia Boston. There's definitely not a damn Natasha Howard at the power forward. There's not a freaking Lexi Hall on the damn team. It's like it's not even close right now. So the team is losing. It looks bad. Paige, of course, is at a disadvantage in that she has to kind of adjust to the league. She's figuring it out now, though. I mean, she's just flamed the hell out of somebody for 35. And then she had a decent game last time against the Aces and so on. She's figuring things out. But when I say she's better, no, I mean it. Like right now, I'm watching Paige Beckers play, and she's sticking Jackie Youngs and Jewel Lloyds, and these players sometimes they're bringing the ball up. They see Paige Beckers there in defensive stance, and they're passing the fucking ball. Like, do you understand if they see isolation, them and Caitlin Clark, in their mind, that's barbecue chicken. I'm going to attack the hell out of her. There's just a difference. Okay, I mean, if you out there, you understand ball, like you get what I'm saying. I don't know what better way to put it. If one is totally better on defense than the other, and then on offense they can just score from more areas and do more. I put it this way: if I'm a coach, I'd rather have Paige. All right, I need a bucket. All right, I can throw Beckers in the post. I can have Beckers bring the ball up. Beckers is much better off the ball. When just watch them play. Just watch Dallas play, right? I know the team sucks, but just watch. If Enrique or Dejanay Carrington has the ball, watch what Paige is doing. Watch how she works to get open. How she's running around. She's wanting to set screens for the player, for her team. All those things. And watch Caitlin when she's off the ball. Seriously, she'll just be standing there. You know, it's like whatever, man. And to me, it's clear to me. You know. Israel Vidula too. I agree. Modern basketball travels all day. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the $2 chat, Israel. Appreciate you, brother. Try to do y'all just mad that she's speaking facts and that she's commenting on. Are you talking about Angel? Paige just want to lose a team. Her 35 was better than Caitlin's 32. It's hard to say when you lose. That's true. Caitlin's 32 was impressive. Well, it was just first half, but I think what Caitlin's 32 did was it sparked the team. So it was a really good 32, you know, because if you look at that game against New York, the team was kind of lackluster, but then Caitlin, like that, the energy that came from three, you know, it was like then everybody started playing better. You know, I think so that 32 Caitlin was very impactful because of that. You know, I know she kind of disappeared down the stretch, but they didn't really need her. You know, you do have Kelsey Mitchell, who's a very capable player, who I think should be their closer. I think that's the right way to do it until Caitlin develops that closer. So I don't think Caitlin's a closer right now, but she can develop that. And the same with Paige. I don't think Paige is a closer right now, and Enrique should be the closer. Angry fan, 2 years in a row, no playoffs. Laugh out loud. Talk about Chicago. This dude. He said, "Oh, Paige ain't going to the playoffs." I mean, yeah, it might not. You know, this boy, angry fan. You can tell he do that battle rap stuff. This boy is a true. Caitlin scored 32 and Sabrina scored 35. No defense, just trading baskets. Yeah, sometimes, because Sabrina's actually a capable defender, but sometimes she just I don't know. Scotty Yachty, drop malicious. Angel Reese is more deadly when she's having fun. Man, people calling me, man, when I'm up here doing my thing. All right, I've been here for damn near an hour and a half. I am going to, but let me address this. Israel says Shamar Paige plays a lot of talent. She can't carry an average team like CC. I don't know why you think CC carries teams. I don't get that. Paige, Enrique, Nye, Luka. That starting five is good. Paige needs super team to win. See, I disagree with that. I don't believe Caitlin carries anything, bro. She didn't carry that team last year. That's a false narrative. Aaliyah Boston is a damn #1 pick, top talent, best player in her draft. Kelsey Mitchell is a top 10 guard at worst in the WNBA, who you can argue contributes damn near as much as CC, with the exception of maybe the facilitating. CC's a better facilitator. But when you look at that run last year, after the playoffs, after that break, you know, the Olympic break, people talk about like, you know, CC's run, but also Mitchell was on a historic run. She was just lighting it up. 26 points, 25 points, 31 points. She lit it up. Like, they both needed each other to do that. She didn't carry that team. Now, I know you think she carried Iowa. I kind of disagree with that as well. And I think, like, it's freaking college, man. And you in a Big Ten conference. Like, come on. Who you playing in the Big Ten? You know, all right, you just get to the playoffs, and I don't even get into that because it's going to sound like, you know. But And then those players are pretty good. I'm sorry, Kate Martin is in the league, and there's another player that was on that team that's in the league. So they're not like as trash as people think. They just ran a system that, allows you to, it can succeed if everybody plays their role right. And everybody bought into what they were doing. Everybody believed that team fought. It wasn't like just some trash team. And even that, if you want to make that argument, it's not unprecedented. Allen Iverson did it in 01. Like it's not. I don't get that. And the Page can't carry a team. Like, what does carry a team mean? Like, I just don't. I don't get that stuff. I don't get that stuff. But maybe I'm just different. I don't believe LeBron carried teams. I don't believe a lot of stuff a lot of people believe that be narratives. Right? Like, you need dirty work players. You need people to get the ball for you. You need people to play defense. There is no really carrying a team in basketball. It's like, I don't. Like, your play can inspire everyone else. Like, I do believe that. Like, for example, when that one win last year when Chicago beat the Fever, I felt like Angel Reese, like, when she just snapped and just scored at 25 and 15, I think, like some people say she put the team on her back and carried it. Like, I don't believe she put the team on her back and carried it, but I think her play ignited the rest of the players where they thought, damn, we could win. And then they really went and did it. I think that happened. But like in basketball, like you need other people to do stuff. You can't just, I don't know. I just disagree with that joint. Kenneth Fisher says Angel Reese is the most coddled player in professional sports and is a very low-skilled basketball player, while Caitlin Clark is a complete basketball player and role model as well. How in the fuck, Kenneth, is Angel Reese coddled and Caitlin Clark not coddled? How? Like, I wish I could bring you on so we could talk, because I need to understand. Okay, there are two players in the league that are no longer in the league that just happened to last year have issues with Caitlin Clark. One, Kennedy Carter. A lot of people believe Kennedy Carter not here because of her attitude. I think it's because she bumped Caitlin Clark, to be honest with you. You did that, the league said, oh no, you're out of here. Then there's Vivica Vivens, right, from Seattle. They just had a little spat in the middle of the thing, here and there. Vivica Vivens not even on a roster. Why? Okay? Caitlin Clark, not coddled. How? Whenever the team loses, they started out, remember, 1-9 last year. People talking about Paige and all that this year, but remember, last year the Fever were 1-9. No talk about Caitlin Clark as being the reason for any losses or anything, even though she's had horrible performances within that time. Everything is the coach sucks. Everything is the Leah Boston sucks. Leah Boston getting damn death threats. You got freaking Kelsey Mitchell sucks, right? Oh, sucks. Samuel sucks. Everybody sucks except for Caitlin Clark. Tell me how she's not coddled. Like, even now, tell me how she's not coddled. I don't understand. It's like no criticism. Media loves her. Media darling. When Caitlin Clark does something, it's all over the place on the media. Whereas other players do stuff and accomplish things. Not a peep. How is Caitlin Clark not coddled? I'm just lost. And how the hell is Angel Reese coddled? Angel Reese is the most criticized player in the whole league. Like, I don't understand. You got to do everything from the muscle. Don't have the machine behind you. And Caitlin Clark is not a complete basketball player. And a role model. They're all role models. Who the fuck are you to say who's a role model and not a role model? Like, are you making decisions for little black girls in the hood who look up to Angel Reese? You think, like, kids ain't going up and wanting Angel Reese signatures just like they want Caitlin Clark's? What are you, deluded? Are you completely lost? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you think Angel Reese is on the cover of fucking cereal for nothing? Like, just use your brain. Like, stop being stupid and just listening to, like, dudes on the internet. They're not smart, bruh. They just run around with narratives. They're all stupid. One of them make a narrative and the rest run with it. No disrespect, Angry Fan, but you do the same shit. Like, you and the dude I was on the channel with. I was on the joint with, what the hell, damn, Backyard Junkie. Spitting the same narratives that you all saying. Same bullshit. All y'all come with the same shit. Caitlin Clark is just great role model, right? As if you don't see her snapping on the goddamn sideline, you know, with teammates. You don't see her throwing playbooks and doing shit like that. Oh, it's passion with her though, right? Because she cares for the game. When Angel Reese do it, or what is she, just angry black girl? Man, get some original material, man. Get some original material. That shit is trash. Looking forward to the Angel Kiki matchup tonight. Yeah, me too. Wow, making the playoffs with 4 All-Star teammates. What an achievement. Exactly. It's hard to do any comparison right now, man. Chicago Sky completely failed Angel Reese. Whereas Caitlin Clark, you have everything at your disposal. Like, hell, you better make the playoffs with this team. Matter of fact, you better get to the chip, or it's a failure as far as I'm concerned. Because you're supposedly the fourth best player in the league, and in these people's hearts, they really believe she's better than Angel Wilson and Kiki and Fee. They won't say it, but they believe it. They do. I was on the channel with the dude, and I can't tell you how many of them in the chat was saying she's the GOAT and all this other stuff, right? But then the boy, the host, Junkyard Sports, he wouldn't refute it. He really believes that shit. Dylan says, what kind of BS is this going to be? They asked Angel what she thinks about higher views or something, and she said it's not just about one player, it's about me too. So what? So what if she said that? What's your problem with that? Like, why do y'all act like that's such a big, oh my God, she said it's about me, so what? Are you the type of person that's going to like not say something about you too? You just think you're going to accept, okay, it's just about this fucking person over here. And you're not going to say, now, what type of person are you? How do you live? If you're an athlete, you think you see yourself as worthless? So what she said that? You know what I mean? It's up to her to prove it. That's all. But so what she said that? Actually, it's true. I don't watch for no goddamn Caitlin Clark. I don't give a damn about a Logo 3. I really don't. As I said when I opened this up, that shit is part of basketball, but that's not really what wins games for real. Right? You look at OKC, they gave you the ingredient. Low 3 percentage, but what they do is they get every loose ball, they defend, and they stick everything. They contest every shot. They get after every loose ball. They get more possessions than the opponent. And they got one star that's just clutch, that handles his business. Right? And I like Indiana too. I like the way those teams play. This is one of the best series I've seen in years. You know. But don't get me wrong, man. I don't dislike Caitlin Clark. I don't like her game. I don't. But I am glad to see she's starting to like implement mid-range more and all of that. I might start to like her game after a while. Right now, I don't. You know. But I'm not saying she's a bad player. She's a good player. You know. Every good player, it's like I don't like every good player's game. There's plenty of good players who've been in the league, the NBA and all of that, and I just don't like their game. There's a difference. Dixon Nass, I'm going to time you out. I don't like gay comments. Nothing against gay people, but I'm not gay and I don't like gay comments. Yeah, go find a gay person to say that stuff to. Right? Y'all can just go do your thing. And I ain't got nothing about it. Sports head BKs, I feel like you can flame them because they are lame. Clark don't really catch trees. Yeah, I don't get this whole thing where injuries is so coddled. But Clark, like, what are you watching? So that's not a lie. People do watch for Angel. Yeah. Exactly. Blink the DJ blocked. All right, good. I don't want people who think like you think here anyway. So that doesn't bother me. Like if I was trying to have a channel where I'm just trying to have 1 million followers, you know what I would just say, Caitlin Clark is the greatest of all time. That would be what I would talk about if I'm here trying to get 1 billion followers. Right? I'm not worried about that. I'm about the integrity of the game. Man, say hi. Israel Vidilla says, Shamar, I know Page is 111 though. Floor general means you need your team to win at any cost. I mean, Israel, I can't argue with that. Page and them ain't winning right now. But at the same time, there was a time, Fever last year was 1-9 and then 2-10. It's like, I'm gonna give it time to see. But right now, yeah, it only good as far as Dallas. Kenneth Fisher, what BS you got now? Angel Reese brought all the hate on herself by claiming she is the villain, and when she won her college championship, she chose to taunt Cece rather than celebrate her team's victory. That is poor sportsmanship. Okay. All right, Kenneth. I don't know how old you are or how long you've been kind of watching sports, right? But this is what I just want you to understand, right? When Angel Reese was talking and she said, I'll be the villain. Oh, no. I wanted to see that message to the, if you don't mind. But I brought it back. It's all right. I brought it back because I wanted to talk about it, right? The claims that Angel Reese brought the hate on herself by claiming to be the villain. All right. You got to understand the difference between like marketing. Because Angel Reese, on one hand, is a very good marketing genius, and anyone that's smart would at least give her that. She's definitely, at the very least, a marketing genius. The way she's built her platform. Even Caitlin Clark mentioned that what she's done as far as building her branding, as far as what she does on social media, all of that, excellent, bar none. The Barbie thing, even what she did, basically, when y'all mess with her talking about me bounds, she took that shit and she went and patented it. Okay, so she's just, when it comes to marketing, she's a genius. The villain thing was Angel Reese sitting ahead of her time, and she broke it down on an actual interview that she was in, where she said that if this can help promote women's basketball, I'll be the villain. This is what she said it. All right, if Caitlin's going to be the hero, I'll be the villain if it's going to help promote women's basketball. So really, as a grown man, I think you should try to see it from that standpoint, right? If you're in the real world, you shouldn't be seeing like real life things like people as villains and heroes, right? I know some Trump people and all that see shit that way, but like in the real world, people are actually a little bit more complicated than that. Things are a little bit more convoluted. You shouldn't really see these people as heroes and these people as villains, right? It's marketing, similar to like wrestling. Like I hope you don't really think like Roman Reigns really bad and Cody's really good. I hope you understand that behind that, all that shit, they shaking hands and they cool, right? So even with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, off the court, you know what I mean? It's nothing. On the court, it's like a marketing thing to get eyes and grow the game. I just hope you kind of able to understand that, okay? So if her saying she the villain should not lead to people going into her DMs and calling her trash and calling her 302, calling her baby giraffes and all this stuff. Like you're a grown man. You should be able to distinguish basketball game and marketing from real world. I'm just hoping, you know what I mean, we understand that, okay? So that should not have garnered that type of hate, okay? Now, I can understand, like, the hate that's, where you boo a player. Like, for example, Philadelphia Eagles fans, we hate Dallas Cowboys. They hate Dak Prescott and so on, right? But that's pretty much, if Dak is on the field, I'm going to boo him. That's fine. That's great. That's actually beautiful. Okay, but I'm not going to DM Dak and call him names and act like I'm going to follow him. Like, remember last year, you had like a guy actually follow the Chicago Sky to like a hotel and yell at Kennedy Carter, right? And I made a video where I said they're lucky. I offered to the Chicago Sky, hire me as security. Hire me as a security guard, okay? I would have put Timberlands on that guy. You know what I mean? Because his stupidity. Why are you following the team? You know, you got these 22 and 23-year-old ladies, 27, you 40-something years old. He should have got Timberlands put on him. Okay? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's where the hate goes too far. Like, you acting like it's a real villain you're dealing with. Okay? They talking about she chose to taunt CC rather than celebrate her team's victory. All right, so now when it comes to the taunting, she actually gave a reason why she did it. And it was because previously in the previous week, because let's go back to the whole thing real quick. Let's just go back to it all. Because this actually led to when I became an LSU fan as well. Okay? In the game before Iowa played LSU, they played South Carolina. Many people believe South Carolina should have won the game and was robbed by the officials. Okay? I'm not going with it, but many people believe that. Okay? Iowa wins. Okay, whatever. And then they got LSU next. Do you understand that CC in those games was doing all types of shit? She doing this. She didn't do this. She did the joint, all of that. And I know you probably don't care because she's a black girl, but because black girls are supposed to be tough and then, you know, they're never a sympathetic figure to people outside, and that's fine. But to us, they are. But Raven Johnson was deeply hurt by some of the things that Caitlin Clark had did. And one of the things Caitlin Clark did, and I'm seeing people take away like buttons, get your bitch ass up out of here if you're that much of a bitch. Like, if you like what I was saying, then all of a sudden you don't like because I said the black girl and all of that, get the fuck out of here. He's a bitch. All right, I don't really care about that. All right, so Raven Johnson, because I'm telling you the truth, Raven Johnson is all documented. Raven Johnson was deeply hurt by Caitlin Clark just waving her, flagging her off, doing all types of little antics on the fucking court. All right, these are facts. Okay, and she said it. That it hurt her confidence, all these different things. Now you can say you don't care about that. That's fine. But these are things that happen. Raven Johnson and Angel Reese are very close friends. Okay. Angel Reese didn't like a lot of shit Caitlin Clark was doing, and they were watching that. But also what was happening is when Iowa faced LSU, damn near all the South Carolina fans, that's white people, black people, everything. So it's not a race thing, but it's white people, black people, and everything. Now shifted their support to LSU. And LSU they had the mantle on they was carrying the mantle for everybody who felt like South Carolina was robbed. And believe it, South Carolina and LSU are rivals. So that shit Iowa did and Caitlin Clark and her antics and all that bullshit actually like brought both those communities together. Everybody was hinging on LSU. But you know who was with Iowa? Most of the white fans, except for the LSU ones, you know, because LSU got a lot of white fans too, and some people like some blacks like Gayle King and so on, who were so fucking shameful that when she had Dawn Staley on her show, okay, Gayle King had Dawn Staley on her show. This you're interviewing Dawn Staley, and you say, how does it feel to be going against Caitlin Clark? We were all rooting for Caitlin Clark. Black ass fucking Gayle King said this. And this is the problem with the black community. Like, we got way too many of those types in our way too many of those types in our ranks. Way too many. Okay? And like I said, it's not a racial thing, but you don't have to say that to Dawn Staley. You just didn't have to say that. Like, why are you saying that? And I'm your guest, you know. But anyway, okay, LSU became beloved by handling that business because a lot of people felt like South Carolina was robbed. All right, now Angel Reese being the empath that she is, oh yeah, at the end of the game when they beat Iowa, because all the antics and all that shit goes into like what Kim Mulkey is preaching to the team. It goes into what the team. You gotta understand, before a team is ready to play, before they ready to play Iowa, right? LSU was thinking the fucking officials robbed them. Caitlin Clark is mocking motherfuckers. She doing all of that shit. They ran into a buzzsaw. You ran into an angry ass LSU team that just whooped their ass. That's what happened. Like, you could just go back to the emotional situation, like what was happening in that time. So Angel Reese doing this, it was a whole lot behind it. It wasn't just poor sportsmanship, be a poor sportsman, right? It wasn't about sportsmanship. Caitlin Clark wasn't seen as a great sports person, okay, at the time, right? Just waving, whatchamacallit, Raven Johnson, and all that kind of stuff. Even if you're going to walk away, but all that extra shit, that's what she was doing, So my thing is, like, listen, if you're going to say Angel's a bad sportsman and all of that villain, then Caitlin Clark is the same. That's all. None of it bothers me. But if we're gonna like make narratives, let's just be real about the narratives. That's my point. Dylan says, CC is not humble. She praises her teammates, but trusts she wants to get hers. Yeah. Listen, man, when it comes to CC and Angel Reese personally, I don't think either one are bad people. They're like 22 and 23-year-olds who got so much shit to learn about the world. I get it. They've accomplished more than most people. But both of them, they got a lot to learn about the world. I don't think they're at their core bad people, either one of them. Right? But sports is competitiveness. There has to be an aspect of me that wants to get you out of here to win. They have to have some of that in them. That's just the way it is. But we as fans and grown people gotta distinguish between sports hate and real hate. And my problem is sometimes the real hate gets seeped in. Like when you want to talk about the way somebody look, you want to act like they're a hoe and all this dumb shit that people come at Angel Reese like. That's the problem I got. I don't care about you saying she misses layups and all of that, whatever. But when we start getting into the personal things that have no place with basketball, that's when I have a problem. Yeah, did that to HVL, all of that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Did that to HVL. Iron Balls retracted the message. You probably said something crazy, didn't you? Angry Fan Sports coming here with the BS. Stop the excuses. Y'all had Carter, Reese, Camilla, Spoon as a coach. Yeah, but didn't Carter get hurt? And Reese got hurt. That's why they didn't make it to the what are you talking? Hold on. Angry Fan. Come on, man. Big Angry Fan talking about stop the excuses. Y'all had Carter, Reese, Camilla, Spoon as a coach. Come on, B. Chicago was good last year. Chicago and Indiana were neck and neck to make the playoffs. But right after the Olympic break, Kennedy Carter, for some strange reason, was just sick for like almost 2 weeks. Like, I couldn't understand it. What the hell's wrong with Kennedy Carter? That's like, while simultaneously, Caitlin Clark had established damn near perfect chemistry with Aaliyah Boston. And Kelsey Mitchell was on a historic scoring pace. Y'all don't understand. Her scoring streak was historic in the WNBA. She was breaking records just like y'all say Caitlin was doing. Okay? While what was happening in Chicago, mysteriously, Kennedy Carter's just sick for like 2 damn weeks. Let's just imagine if Kelsey Mitchell was out for 2 weeks. You think y'all would have had the same run? You know what I mean? And you barely made the playoffs like you were a 500 team, right? And then Angel Reese gets hurt. Then before that, the big thing, Marina Mabrey gets traded, which they shouldn't have done. Like Chicago, you're right. Early in the year, we had Mabrey. We had, damn, I wish we had Mabrey right now. but we had Marina Mabrey, had Kennedy Carter, had Camilla, and Angel, so on. You know, you're right. But Mabrey was gone. Mabrey was giving you 15 a night last year. She was gone. Kennedy, 19 a night, sick. And then Angel gets hurt. That's the reason they didn't make the playoffs, bro. If you want to talk about last year, but they were neck and neck with the Fever. Matter of fact, going into the holiday, going into the break, remember, we beat the Aces. The Chicago had beat the Aces, who Fever never beat. Chicago beat the Aces going into the Olympic break. Remember in that game. And then we were ahead of the Fever. But then Marina Mabrey gone, Kennedy Carter hurt, Angel hurt. That's what happened. Right, and remember, and Paige had 2 ACL surgeries, exactly. That's why Caitlin was able to pass Paige. I meant to mention that, but I got a little sidetracked because we're a little bit all over the place. Is this man really still mad about what happened to Caitlin Clark in college? Look at Gob. None of y'all actually watching WNBA. Y'all just don't like the white girl. See, I love that, the white girl. You know, as if Caitlin Clark is the first white basketball player in the WNBA. As if Caitlin Clark is the greatest white basketball player that ever played in the WNBA. You know, why do y'all do that? You know, why do you do that? You know, I don't understand it. I think what you do when you do that, though, you make it clear that you watch her because she's white, right? Nobody mentions that, but it's on your mind. I think you watch her because she's white. Like, I love when you come with the questions. I wonder if Caitlin Clark was black, would y'all hate on her? Oh, I wonder if Caitlin Clark was black, would y'all watch her? That's what I wonder. That's really the real question, right? It's not about what we hate on her if she was black. The question is, would you watch her and glaze about her if she was black? That's really the question. Like, I'm out here, I don't like her because you're white, but I like Paige, right? Is Paige white? Like, I like Sabrina, she white. I love Kelsey Plum's game. Is she white? Stewie is top 3 to me. She's white. Right? Caitlin Clark she's not Jackie Robinson, like some of y'all act like. Like, Jackie Robinson literally was the only black guy in the major leagues. It was him. Everybody else white. There have been white players in WNBA since the beginning. Like, why, where do y'all get this from? Are you saying, like, the black are the majority? Okay, so what? That's a skill thing. That's not like, I'm just putting it there because they're black. They're there because they can play. Right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Israel says, who racist? Angel fans bring that up because they can't admit that white girl is superior to Angel Reese when it comes to basketball. Oh, God. So all I can do is put my head on my hand like that. Yes, Angel looks better than her. She's gorgeous, to be honest. It's like, this guy, y'all crazy, man. So we can't admit that a white girl is superior to Angel. Caitlin Clark is not the only white player. Angel Reese is not the only black player. So I don't get it. Why would it be like because she's white that it matters? I don't understand. I don't understand. But these things can get convoluted because, right, Cece happens to be white and happened to be a player who led a team that was mostly white, which was Iowa. But it's more to it than that. I think Iowa was traditionally not a powerhouse school. So it was a special thing. Similar to, like, I don't know if you ever heard of the Taney Dragons, which is a local team in Philly. It's like a baseball team. We had Monet Davis, who was a girl, who was a pitcher. And she's playing on the boy team. She's such a good pitcher that she played on the boy team. A black girl. And it's captured the nation, the Taney Dragons. They go all the way to the finals, and they lost. But the Little League thing. But it was because it was something different, I think, is what happened. As our Taney Dragons, it captivated the nation. I think Iowa was similar to that, captivate the nation, or something different. And it's not that Caitlin is just white, obviously, but she's white, but she plays. She has a game that stands out to people. The logo three, the the nice passes, right? The up tempo. It is attractive, especially to casuals. And traditionally, the powerhouse schools are like schools that have mostly black players. So just image wise, all right, they seeing this. It's similar to how Duke was, back in I think the mid '80s or so on. It's the imagery of just this white team versus traditionally powerful, black schools. And white people have to admit it. When y'all defeat I really believe this, white guys, if you want to be honest now, if y'all defeat a black person, y'all feel like a sense of accomplishment in that you might not normally see otherwise. And the only reason I'm saying this is because I have white dudes that I consider friends or associates at work and stuff like that. And there's times we're having conversations and we're joking or whatever, right? And there's this one white guy, it's my homie, my man. I ain't gonna mention his name, but we real good, right? And sometimes we have moments of honesty. And he just say something like, yeah, man, a couple years ago, I was in a situation where I hate hanging with this friend of mine because what he did was he started opening his mouth. We're in a black neighborhood. Next thing I know, we got to rumble these two black guys, right? This is what he said. We got to rumble these two black guys. I'm like, why you have me in this situation here, right? Now, why is he mentioning the black guys? Is he racist and all of that? I don't think so. But to him, that's more of a scary proposition because in his mind, maybe from dealing with black people or watching TV, whatever, he just thinks we got hands, we can fight and stuff like that. So I kind of get it. I remember just growing up athletically. Be honest, I spent a couple of my years going to a predominantly white school when I was younger, and I'm gonna just keep it real. We used to have a field day. There's a thing called field day where we 100-yard dash, 40-yard dash, long jump. We did all these things, and let's keep it 100. Like it's either me winning the 100-yard dash or one of my homies. You know what I mean? Like we dominated a lot of that shit. Like we're in football. When I played Little League football out in Lindenwold, New Jersey, bro, the coach is from the rip. He lined up. You got white guys there. You got black dudes there. I'm sorry. He'll look at me. All right, you're gonna be my running back. Like automatically, I'll be the wide receiver. Sometimes the quarterback might be a white guy, such and such. But a lot of the white guys, I ain't gonna lie, y'all either safeties, you like linebackers, shit like that. But like they will feel happy when they got black guys that are there. So I don't know. Maybe you grow up with this, some of them. But I ain't gonna lie, there's a couple white dudes that was different. Like, there was this one boy. I don't know. He might descend from damn Vikings or some shit. This is a strong ass white boy. He was running back. This boy was running through everybody. You get them too. But just being honest, I think like when you saw Iowa, competing and beating some of these black schools, I think you felt some sense of, pride about that. You poke your chest out. Like if we're going to be honest, I just think that's what happened, right? Not saying you racist, but that team gave you a sense of pride. And I think Caitlin Clark partly carries that because it's like, oh my God, look at what she's doing to these black girls, like in your mind, right? And I think y'all automatically think that we hate her for that. That's what I think. And I'm going to tell you, I don't, because I'm kind of used to it. Like when it comes to sports, there's always been, all right, just that white player or some white players that are great. Like Larry Bird was a sick bitch. When I was growing up, he was a beast. I remember Christian Laettner in college was a beast. Like I'm not surprised when there's a good white player. That's no big deal to me. So like I don't really dig into all of that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. When I started to like automatically start defending Angel Reese from a black perspective, is because I felt I saw websites, I see pages, like bruh, how do you go to black and white sports, for example, where you got this guy, the whole imagery is this dude got the damn flag behind him, the whole imagery is like He's a racist white guy. Like, he really is. And then you can tell by the way they talk and different things they say. How can you not automatically feel like you got to defend Angel Reese and black players? And then when they use words like ghetto, use words like thug, use words, these are key words, okay, that are code word for when you don't want to use the N word. Like, how do you not automatically feel a sense like you gotta now get into, because I swear, when I got into it, I just wanted to talk basketball. But then when I see some of these pages and some of the stuff that they say and the angles they go on, I now automatically gotta take it there. Unfortunately, you know. Let me see what some of y'all are saying to some of this. Israel, oh, you going again with that? Said no top 50 players in college while AR plays with 5 top 50 players. And South. When did Angel play with 5 top 50 players? Who the 5 top 50 players she played with? 5 top 50 players. Come on, man. Please name those 5 top 50 players. See, it was Christy Side's fault with the 10 games in 19 days. Yeah, of course it was Christy Side's fault. It's never injury. It's never Caden Clark's fault. Damn, you had a lot of deletion going on, huh? So now Feezy College scored 28 in the first half the other day. Crickets, they just ignored what other talented ladies do in the league. Yep, this is true. Israel says, Shamar can care less about race. These women are. Yeah, me too. I have black kids. I have Spanish kids. I'm offended when people say that BS. AR fans starting to be more racist now in these YouTube streets. Yeah, I don't understand why. See, I don't even want to have a conversation about race, okay, and who's racist and so on. You know, 'cause I'm old school, right? So I kind of see it different. But yeah, some AR fans are like that. That's true. But you're always going to find those types of people, you know. But what I will say about it is most of it is reactionary to the way Caitlin Clark fans are. Most of it is. Whether that's a good enough excuse or not, that's up to you. But a lot of it, most of it is reactionary. No problem, Patricia. It's all right. Patricia Bird. Fever as a team is not good enough to win the championship. Lynx and Liberty are still better. Bonner and Howard are too. I don't want to hear that. Fever got to get it done. You got the 4th best player in the league. That's how I judge. That's how you judge. You got to get it done. Have y'all noticed how Wings and Fever have yet to play? I think they're afraid for CC to be outshined by Paige. No, I'm glad. I'm glad they would actually give Dallas a chance to get themselves together before they face off with the Fever. Because like right now, you know, Dallas just haven't found their identity or found their stride. You know, because if Dallas are possibly going to turn it around, they really got to start now before it gets out of control. It could be too late soon for them and Chicago. So Fever does not have room in their salary cap to engineer something, so now it all depends on how good CC will be. Here we go with this crap. Truth is, people weren't talking about the WNBA until CC came through. You can hate it, but it's true. I don't care about that. I just don't care. It's like, it's really that simple. I don't care about what everybody's doing, what the people are doing. I don't care. Like, I don't know what you want me to do with that. Okay, people are talking about, so what am I supposed to do? Worship her because people were talking about her, talking about the WNBA once she came. Right? I know why. It's because sports now, hardcore sports isn't what entertains people. Circus, BS is what entertains people. Circus, BS. Drama, all that stuff. And that's a shame. And once this OKC team wins, I'm going to flame every last one of you type of people. Because I can't stand casual fans. D.D. Saracen says, that is in fact, CC fame relies on her fans wanting her to outshine black players. I believe that's true about some of them. Yep, I do believe that's true about some of them. Yep. I ain't gonna say that about everybody. I think some people don't care about color, but in the ranks, yeah. If I can show you my DMs, man, there are people who just say stuff like that. Y'all just mad because white girls are tearing black girls up. Like, why wasn't I mad when Stewie was doing it? Why wasn't I mad when Sabrina was doing it, or when Kelsey Plum does it? Like, why only Caitlin Clark? Like, it's just a stupid premise. Cut the Real Sports says, Caitlin didn't save the league. The league had been up for 27 years. She helped push the league forward, though. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is helping to push the league. No doubt about it. But really, it's the fans who want to watch her. It ain't like her, it's the fans. James Wilson says, I get leery when people start talking about the ethnicity of their children to support a null and void argument. Racial bias to admit the white media titles white Caitlyn. Israel says, Tulip, you are a CC hater. You are super biased. When people talk bad about AR, you block them. When people talk bad about CC, you let them rock. This is why I can't respect AR fans. Y'all are two-faced. We're not two-faced. We kind of let you know that we're not having the Angel Reese stuff. But this is the thing, at least with my channel. If you criticize Angel Reese's game, that's fine. Right? That's okay. But if you talk stuff that's outside of like basketball and all of that, that's when I don't have a whole lot of tolerance for it. Right? There's plenty of channels where you can do that. Right? You can go watch Ben Daniels sit there and laugh at Angel Reese for an hour. You can go watch Rudy do it. You know what I mean? There's no reason to come here. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't go to their channels and just flame Caitlin Clark, which I could, but you know, I don't do that. And Tulip explained her thing, yep. Shamar, just admit y'all are racist. I will respect that. I don't care in sports about race, but I see AR fans super racist to CC. It's flat out disgusting. Israel. I think you should get a better understanding of what a racist is. Now, if you mean like a bigotous, maybe, right? But, you know, a minority can't really be a racist to a majority. You can't. You can be a bigot though. It's just not correct understanding of the words. Some people are actually fans of the game and see both CC and AR for what they bring to the game. Critiquing their games doesn't necessarily hate. Exactly, Tark. That is the truth. Y'all made her the villain. She didn't fight y'all because y'all were already pursuing that narrative. Guess what? Angel was right. Yeah, I agree. Oh, man. All right. This was a good chat, though, but I got to move on. This is really good chat, man. I appreciate everybody who came through, everybody who came through the super chats, the whole nine. The sporting page, brother, they're claiming CC is Jackie Robinson, Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali. Soon enough, those men will be turned white. Oh, man. Crazy. But, yeah, I'm gonna have to go on, man. I appreciate everybody for coming through, though. We'll probably do this again probably in a couple of days. No, we might do it tomorrow because we got the game tonight. Oh yeah, before I roll, I'm gonna go with Chicago Sky is going to go on a little their first 2-game winning streak of the season. Oh no, that would be the second because they beat Dallas twice. All right, so I think we're gonna take this one tonight. Tyler Marshall gonna go with the lineup that I proposed. That is Angel, Camilla, Michaela, HVL, and Ariel Atkins. If he does that, I think Chicago will take this 77-75. Yep. And Angel Reese will post about 12 points, 16 rebounds, about a smooth little 5 assists. And I think Kiki Iriafen will play well as well. I think she will have 18 and about 9 rebounds. And I think it'll be something like that. Ariel Atkins, I think, will lead the team in scoring. I think she'll score about 19, and we'll be able to take it mostly because of Ariel's scoring in the fourth quarter. Hopefully, so 77-74, Chicago Sky. All right, peace out.